Hey everybody, this is Craig Garber with another edition of Ask Me Baby. So we got a few good questions this week, and let's get rocking and rolling. First question comes from a long-time off-letter newsletter subscriber of mine named Ron Reich, I think I screwed that up, sorry Ron. Anyway, he said, I noticed that for most of your sales letters you use Verdana font and most of your headings are red. That's correct. The headings of all my sales letters are Verdana, and the color is red, and I believe the 6-digit HTML code, if you're a techie and you want to copy it for some reason, I think it's 000099, which is slightly off the conventional typeset red that you'd normally get off the Pantone colors. Anyway, he says, have you found Verdana converts the best, or is it just preference? I noticed a lot of people use Arial. I appreciate if you could talk about some small chunk elements of web copy. Thanks. Okay, hey, good question. A few things there. First of all, offline serif fonts are easier to read. When I say a serif font, it's a font with a little hook on it. So if you have an I, it's an I with a hook like that. So serif font would be Times New Roman, Cambria, Courier. Those are all serif fonts. You look at USA Today or any newspaper, those fonts are serif fonts. Now, online, they have done studies and found that sans serif, S-A-N-S serif, sans meaning without in French and in Spanish, or no, it's sin in Spanish, but so sans serif, without the serif, is easier to read online. And those fonts would be things like Arial, Verdana, anything without those little hooks. Okay, the most common, Helvetica is another one. The ones you usually see are Helvetica, Verdana, and Arial online. Now, interestingly enough, a number of websites use Georgia, which is a serif font, as their headline. And 99% of these guys use the following headline: "You're about to discover ... or whatever. You're about to discover." And I believe they got that from David D'Angelo, Evan Pagan, Double Your Dating. He was the guy that used it. Maybe he tested it. I'm sure he did. He's a bright guy, so I'm sure that works best for him. Interestingly enough, for me, we tested Georgia, the same color red that I just said, versus Verdana on my home page. This is a while ago now, and the results were very dramatic. The results were 41.4% conversion with the Georgia font. This is the only difference, was the kind of font, the style, Georgia, and a 57.5% conversion with Verdana. Those are huge differences. So 41.4 versus 57.5 Verdana. That's a 38.9% conversion difference. That is opt-in difference. That's massive. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean on someone else's website the Georgia or Arial or Helvetica headline won't work better. That's just what I tested. Now, let me sort of give you a little disclaimer here. I'm not a maniac when it comes to testing. Okay. First of all, frankly, I'm not driving thousands and thousands of visitors to a place where I can really make a very a common sense practical application of testing. Okay. But really, I adhere to common sense practical logic, and I'll refer you to a book here that I'm reading right now called $1 Billion Marketing by Max Sackheim. Now, Sackheim was a guy like me, however, wrote copy, direct response marketer, more of a bigger agency kind of a guy, but he created the Book of the Month Club back in, I believe, the 40s or 50s. Brilliant guy. And he makes a comment here, which, Ron, I think I addressed. I might have even said this in this month's or last month's Seductive Selling newsletter. And he said, he's talking about testing on page 37. He says, testing is important, but even more important is the necessity for exercising good judgment after making the test. Okay? After so many years of recorded experience, I've learned testing does not always tell the whole truth. Okay? Then he talks a little more, but then he says, this is not an argument against testing, but against faulty interpretations of tests. And here's what you need to key in on. I object to tests which determine the best day of the week on which to mail, or tests which are intended to prove whether a price of $5.98 is better than $5.99. Divide any mailing list into units of 1,000. Okay, of course he's talking mailing. This is prior to the internet. And after the results are in, check the percentage of orders against these units. You'll often be startled by the difference between your best 1,000 names and your worst 1,000 names. Okay? And I think what he's trying to say, and this is sort of the philosophy I personally adhere to, I'd rather spend my time getting new things done, implementing new projects, putting new things to use, just like moving forward. I'm sort of like a machine. I can't sit still really effectively. And although testing's important, and I do test on a limited basis, I'm not obsessed with it, okay? Maybe that's wrong, maybe that's right, but it works for me, you know, and that's part of what you got to do. I look at the common sense application of the time it takes to get super anal retentive versus the time it takes to create something new over here or over there and create more money and do new exciting things. And that's really what my love is, you know, handling new things, creating new problems and solving them, and finding new challenges and solving them. So for us, again, Verdana has been more successful than Georgia by a lot. Doesn't mean it won't be the same in your world, but that's why I use it in all my sales letters. You'll see Verdana, and again, that 6-digit is 8, color code is 0000. No, it's sorry, 000099 I gave you is blue. It's CC as in Charlie Charlie 0000. CC 0000. So that's the color. Okay, one more question this week. This is from Joanna. Joanna said, I just found your site yesterday. Wow, double awesome. Do you ever take interns or apprentices? I get that question a lot. No, I don't take any interns or apprentices. I'm not a good guy to manage people. I have no desire to subcontract work out. I hire people to do work for me. But frankly, I don't take on many copywriting jobs because I would rather, I mean, just think about it. Okay, my lawn guy's coming when I'm making the video. You can hear that. It figures. Anyway, it's gorgeous outside, by the way. Anyway, just think about it. If you're a great copywriter and you're a very good strategist, you should be able to make tons of money on your own. So I don't take too many copywriting jobs. 1 or 2 a year. They're very high-priced jobs, $60,000 plus royalties. And, you know, there's not too many people that have the balls that want to sit down and pay you that kind of money. So I price like that on purpose because if I'm getting interrupted, it's, you know, a 30-day interruption, you know, ballpark around that. There's a lot of things that it's costing me money that during that time for my own business. So that's why it costs so much. But I'm not a guy, I don't like managing people. I don't like supervising people. My wife's an excellent manager. I'm not. I don't like doing it. So unfortunately, at this time, no, I don't take apprentices and copy cubs and interns or anything like that. The best thing I can tell you to do is subscribe to my Seductive Selling newsletter and learn from things in there and apply that to your own business, whether it's as a copywriter or a direct marketing consultant or a speaker or a real estate investor or anything like that, because the techniques that I teach there are fundamentally sound, based on psychological triggers and psychological buy buttons, and they work, and they're very effective and very simple. Okay? So, along those lines, here's this month's issue of Seductive Selling, the headline of $1 Billion Babies. You can see it right here. Okay? There's about 10 pages worth of examples here, including we cover the old Shiro and Cody ads. You make these mistakes in English. If you want to check that out, go to kingofcopy.com/SSNL. And you get a free trial. Test drive it for 30 days. Go check out the video. There's tons of bonuses that you get just for taking the test drive and just for saying maybe. And that's it. I'm getting ready to finish editing my book, go outside, smoke a cigar, relax, enjoy the beautiful weather. I'll be out with my kids this weekend, enjoying the beach outside my lake house here. And I hope you too have a great weekend. And don't forget, go to kingofcopy.com/askmebaby, and I'll see you next week with another one of these questions. Take care, have a good one, and now go sell something.